Today is a very auspicious day, appearance day of Vakreshvar Pandit, personal associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, non-different from him. So we have to pray for his grace. Gurudev said, even we cannot pray for the grace of Vaishnava without their grace, because we don't know what is their grace, what we should pray for. There was once Gurudev was in Bathinda, then one lady came and she was crying. And Gurudev asked, what is the matter, why you are crying? I am born, but I have no child, so I'm unhappy. You please bless me that I can get a child. So Gurudev said we should not come to sadhu to pray for non-eternal things, because he came to rescue us from those things, not to give us more poison, but to rescue us. So we don't even know how to pray for the grace of Vaishnava without their grace. They have to reveal what is their grace, what we should pray for. So here we sang this song, Kripa Karo Vaishnava Thakur. Please bestow your mercy, O Vaishnava Thakur, so that I will know my relationship with Shri Krishna and thus constantly engage in bhajan. In this way, my false ego may be dispelled. Once in Punjab, also one temple, one lady asked our Parangurudev after Harikatha that I am going to this temple for the last 50 years and doing parikrama, bowing down, hearing kirtan, doing kirtan, but I have no love for Sitaram. But instead of that, my attachment to family members increased. They are mine and all this. So Parangurudev said, did you ever ask any sadhu, who are Sitaram? Who are you? And what is your relationship with Sitaram? No, I did not ask. Then Parangurudev explained, that is why. If we do with false ego, I am of this world, these are my relations, and with this ego we do devotional some activities, then that will give us, that will result will go to this side. It will be karma, not bhakti. But once you understand that I am not of this world, I belong to Krishna, and everyone else belongs to Krishna. They are his eternal servants. And when with this real ego, when you will do devotional forms, means with Sharanagati. Sharanagati means this, I am of Krishna. When you will do devotional forms, then that will be bhakti, and by that bhakti, you will get prema. Bhaktya sanjataya bhaktya. By sadhana bhakti, you will get bhava bhakti and prema. So here, O Vaishnava Thakur, please be merciful so that I will know my relationship with Shri Krishna. Who is Shri Krishna? Who am I? What is my eternal relation? Why I am in this world? All these things. Pure devotee can explain because he realized. And when I will know who I am and I will engage myself in the service of Krishna, then I can be rescued from all this false ego. And when you are rescued from false ego, then also automatically all problems will be removed. Automatically. The problem is this false ego. No one else. No one is our enemy, actually. Our action from false ego for enjoyment or for renunciation is producing such results by which we have to suffer or be unfulfilled. So no one is to be blamed. My actions were wrong and are wrong. So no one is the cause of my misery. I am the cause. Krishna is giving the fruit to my action, and also he is all good, because He is giving me such a result so that I can understand that this action was wrong, to inspire me to rectify myself. So actually that is why Srila Sridhar Maharaj said, environment is always friendly because it is controlled by Krishna. Krishna is giving the fruits of my action through environment, through some instruments, through environment, and that is for my own good, to rectify my actions. So here, this realization we can get, or at least this knowledge, we can get from a real Vaishnava. If I develop the idea that I am a Vaishnava with false ego, for pride, then I will never become humble. My heart will become contaminated with the desire to receive honor from others, and I shall go to hell. I am devotee, everyone should respect me. If such ego comes, that is also wrong, false, and it will take you to hell, means suffering. I will know myself to be your servant. By the grace of Vaishnava, I can understand this. I am your servant, having given up false conception of being guru or superior. Guru means teacher or someone superior. I shall sincerely honor your remnants, the water that has washed your feet, and the dust of your feet. This I will accept. That will help me to remove my false ego, and this blaming others is also out of false ego. If I consider myself to be superior to all, because I am devotee, and give my remnants and so forth to others, uchishtadi dane, I will give my remnants, I will give water that has washed my feet, I will give my advice to everyone, instructions and blessing, I will give everything I will give from that false ego. The weight of my false pride will become very heavy. Thus, always remaining in the mood of your disciple, I will not accept worship from others. That is possible by the grace of Vaishnava, to come to such understanding, that is not my requirement, that will take me to hell. My requirement is service of Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan. If I renounce the desire for honor for myself and instead offer respect to others, you will give me the qualification to perform kirtan. Or, you, Vaishnava Thakur, you have this power. By your grace, I may come to this point of doing amanina manadena kirtanya sadapuri. By your grace only it is possible. Without duplicity, I shall cry and roll on the ground at your lotus feet, praying the grace of Vaishnava for this, that I may worship Krishna purely, with amanina manadena and this, giving due respect to all and not desiring false respect for myself, because I am servant of Vaishnava and Krishna. So we have to pray for the grace of Vaishnava. On their appearance days, they are more merciful, like on birthday, that person will be more generous. So we should not miss this opportunity. Our Gurudev wrote about Vakreshvar Pandit. Vyuhasturyo niruddhoyah savakreshvara panditaha Krishna vesha janritena prabhu sukham ajijanat sahasra gayakan mahyam dehi tam karunamoy. Iti Chaitanya Padesya Uvach Madhuram Vachah Swaprakasha Vibhedena Shashirekatam Avishat. Vakreshvar Pandit is the fourth member of the Chatur Vyuha Aniruddha. He brought happiness to the Lord by dancing in the absorption of Krishna. He would sweetly say to Mahaprabhu, "O merciful Lord, give me 1,000 singers so that I can dance." Radha's dear Sakhi Shashireka also entered into him, Gaur Ganodesh Dipika. Sri Vakreshvar Pandit appeared in Guptipara near Triveni on the 5th day of the waning moon in the month of Ashar today. Sri Vakreshvar Pandit revealed such great potency that he danced non-stop for 3 days. Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami wrote the following summary of Vakreshvar Pandit. Vakreshvar Pandit is the Lord's dear servant. He danced without rest for 72 hours. Mahaprabhu personally sang when Vakreshvar Pandit danced, and thus Vakreshvar Pandit fell down at the Lord's feet and said, "O moon-faced Lord, give me 10,000 Gandharvas. It will make me happy if I can dance as they sing." The Lord answered, "I have only one wing like you. If I had another, I could fly in the sky." Vakreshwar was also present in the kirtans at the houses of Srivas and Chandrasekhar, where he would dance ecstatically. That is for the satisfaction of Krishna, not for personal enjoyment. They have this relation to Krishna, so for his satisfaction they are doing. Vakreshwar Pandit was so dear to Mahaprabhu that Devananda Pandit was freed of his offenses to Srivas Pandit and received Mahaprabhu's mercy through serving him. In answer to a Brahmana's question, Mahaprabhu explained how to atone for offenses to the Vaishnavas. After Mahaprabhu rescued Devananda Pandit, there was one Brahmin there who asked, I blasphemed Vaishnavas, not knowing. So how I can be rescued?" Then Mahaprabhu said, "Listen, Brahmana, if you want to be cured after consuming poison, you must ingest ambrosia through the very same mouth that took the poison. That way, not only will the poison be digested, but your body will become immortal through ambrosia's divine power. Now let me answer your question. Whatever blasphemies you have unknowingly made are exactly like the poison that you have eaten. Now you must use the same mouth to constantly glorify Krishna's name and qualities, which are like ambrosia. You have used your tongue to insult the devotees. Now use it to glorify them. Glorify the devotees in songs and poetry as the best of humanity." You have to sing the glories of Vaishnava. That is why daily we are to do "O Hai Vaishnava Thakur, Eibara Karuna Karo, Vaishnava Gosai, Brindavana Vasijata, Vaishnava Ergon." All these songs we are doing to sing the glories of Vaishnava. That will be proper usage of our tongue. And that will cure us of disease, which we produced by our own bad actions before. "I will destroy all the poison of blasphemy through the ambrosia of the ecstasies of Krishna's glories." Krishna's glories include also glories of his devotees. They are the glory of Krishna, so it means both. Everyone has unknowingly committed offenses. This is the truth. If you should stop all kinds of offensive activity and simply engage in praising Krishna and his devotees, then you will be free from all the sins you have committed, however numerous they may be. It means everything can be rectified. But there is a process. You have to stop that and do right activity, and then depends how much you were deep into that wrong, that much time will take to rectify everything. Gurudev said when speaking about a Jamil that a Jamil got, by one Nama Bhas, he got liberation because he never committed any offense to Vaishnav and Vishnu, never blasphemed. He had desire to enjoy, but did not. But we are not getting, it means we have offense. So we have to rectify. In this Kali Yuga, we have to take shelter of Gaur Nityananda, and under their guidance, we have to do devotional practice. And through this devotional practice of singing the glories of Krishna and his devotees, we can remove those results of those offenses and those tendencies and all this. We have to just change this, and it will take some time, because so much that the result is there and bad habits and all this, but it is possible to fully rectify. However, numerous they may be, and no one is excluded. No, I am so fallen, better I don't do anything because I am so fallen. That is foolishness. How much one may be fallen, still he can be rescued. Because Mahaprabhu is a rescuer of the fallen souls and offenders, everyone, by engaging in the service of Krishna under his guidance. You will not be able to achieve the same results through millions of atonements. It is not possible. If you commit offense to Vaishnava, only you have to sing the glories of Vaishnava. No other thing can help you. That is why for Nama Aparat, if we committed offense to Bhagavan, we became averse to him, did not want to serve him, or some seva aparat like this, you can be rescued from that aparat by chanting Harinam. But if you have Nama Aparat, did offense to the name, then you have to constantly chant holy name, constantly, to rectify those offenses to the name, taking absolute shelter and constantly. But even this will not remove offenses to the Vaishnavas. For removal of offense to the Vaishnavas, we have to go to that Vaishnava, or we have to sing the glories of Vaishnavas, then that can be removed. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur comments, an offensive person will only attain the ultimate good by using the tongue with which he made his blasphemous comments to acknowledge his offense and then to glorify Krishna's devotees. If you take poison, it will disrupt the body's functioning, but you can remedy the situation by taking a medicine that destroys its effects. Similarly, the way to become free from the effects of offenses to Vaishnava is to first of all stop the poisonous activity. Then, rather than performing thousands of others ineffective atonement rituals, one should glorify the Vaishnava. And it is not only for pure devotees, it is among sadhakas also. I heard in the Harikatha of Srila Sridhar Maharaj that I heard from Gurudev, but I was not aware that this practice started during the time of Prabhupada. But I heard from Sridhar Maharaj that on Gaur Purnima day, a Guru knows everything. So Prabhupada told to one brahmachari to sing the glories of another brahmachari with whom he has some problem all the time. They are quarreling, and Prabhupada knows. So now, being ordered by Guru, he had to stand up and he had to think, what are the good qualities of that devotee? So by doing this, saying the good qualities of that devotee, he was rescued from the offense. and that another brahmachari had to say the glories or good qualities of this one. He may have some drawbacks or something, but it is your duty to see the good qualities and say the good qualities, not always go on weak points and criticizing like this. That will be also offense. So you have to stop that, and that we cannot stop because our false ego does not allow us. For that also we need the grace of pure devotee. He can give us this strength that you can stop and you can see and say the good qualities of other sadhakas. Not only pure devotees, of sadhakas also. Because if you criticize sadhaka with the wrong motive, it may be true, he has some drawbacks, but if with wrong motive, with some self-aggrandizement motive, or to belittle him or something, with wrong motive, you always pinch into that. That also Krishna will not be happy. It will be offense. And Guru will not be happy. So in order to rescue us from this tendency, this offensive tendency, by the grace of Guru, he can give us this strength to stop and to find the good qualities and say that. That is very difficult because false ego, this pride, false pride does not allow us. But by the grace of Guru, the pure devotee, it is possible. At least we have to try. So through serving the devotee, Kulia's Devananda Pandit became a believer in Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. Yes, then Gurudev said, this I heard from Sridhar Maharaj. Then Gurudev said, when I joined the mat, this practice was there. On Gaur Purnima day in Jogapit, one Guru Varga, that time many disciples of Prabhupada were there. They did this. They ordered one brahmachari to say the glories of another brahmachari. Same point. You will find in Harikatha and Vaishnava Parat book of Gurudev, he explained this. And there Gurudev said, I think this practice should be introduced again, for it is necessary. Through serving the devotee, Kulia's Devananda Pandit became a believer in Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. This good fortune visited him when Vakreshvar came to stay in his house. Devananda Pandit was a follower of the Smarta path, but was nevertheless a great scholar and very renounced. He read no scripture other than the Srimad Bhagavatam. He was devoted to the Supreme Lord and was free from the domination of his senses. Nevertheless, he was not a believer in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By Vakreshwar's mercy, this foolish misunderstanding was dispelled, and he developed faith in the Lord. Gauriya Bhasya. He was devoted to the Supreme Lord for the sake of getting liberation. He desired liberation, not devotion. For that reason, like karmis, they will also devote themselves to Supreme Lord to get some non-eternal benefits. And Gyanis, they will devote to him to get liberation. We are hearing now in Gita. But Mahaprabhu is only giving pure devotion. So in pure devotion, he was not having faith. But by serving pure devotee, that devotion awakened in him to understand that our actual duty is to serve Krishna for his satisfaction, not for any other purposes. We heard now in Gita 4 types of Sukriti persons and the 4 types of those who worship nature. Some are thinking I am Brahma like this. But there it is written in commentary, if they get sadhu sangha, pure devotees association, then they can remove their misconceptions and they can get also pure devotion. So for that is compulsory to get association and service of pure devotee, to awaken our devotion to Krishna. Vakreshvar Pandit was very dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His remembrance will purify the entire creation. Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Tiner Smaran. Tiner Smaran hoy Bigna Vinashan Anayase hoy Nijo Vanchita Puran. Or Gurudev said, Ochirate hoy Nijo Abhishta Puran. Anayase means easily you will get the removal of all obstacles of pure devotion and all devotional desires fulfilled. When Gurudev said, Ochirate means very quickly. Ochirate hoy nijo abhishta puran. Your desires will be fulfilled, devotional. Ochirate means very quickly. By only remembrance of Guru and Vaishnava and Bhagavan. Mahaprabhu himself described Vakreshvar Pandit's glories to Devananda Pandit. The Lord said, you have served Vakreshvar and have thus come into my presence. Vakreshvar Pandit is the Lord's complete energy, so whoever pays homage to him attains Krishna. Krishna has made his home in Vakreshvar's heart. Krishna dances in order to make Vakreshvar dance. If any place becomes associated with Vakreshvar, it immediately becomes the equivalent of Vaikuntha and equal to all the holy places. Because in his heart, Krishna is there. So wherever he comes, that becomes Dham of Krishna. That is why if there is any pure devotee present, then we should be there. No need to visit Dham. It is better to remain with pure devotee. You will get more live that Dham, you will realize. After Mahaprabhu had absolved Devananda Pandit of his offenses, he affectionately gave him many instructions. Those vain egoists who are proud of their scholarship cannot understand the meaning of Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the prerogative of the surrendered devotee, the Sharanagata. They can only understand because it will be revealed to them. That is, you cannot understand by intellect. It has to be revealed, and it will be revealed to surrendered soul. The only object of the scriptural Bhagavatam is to elucidate pure devotion. So it is not different from the pure devotee. One who speaks from Srimad Bhagavatam with this knowledge will attain the supreme auspiciousness. One who thinks, I understand Srimad Bhagavatam, does not really know Srimad Bhagavatam's central meaning because he is proud. So how he can know the meaning? One who is proud cannot get that meaning. Impossible. It will not be revealed to him. On the other hand, an ignorant person who takes shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam will directly perceive its meaning. We know that Ram Das Prabhu, he did not know any Sanskrit or any shloka, nothing. But Prabhupada sent that sannyasi to learn Bhagavatam from him. Why? Because he was living Bhagavat. He was embodiment of Bhagavatam. Because he was pure devotee, fully devoted to the service of Krishna and his devotees. So from him we can actually know the meaning of Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is pure love and Lord Krishna himself. Srimad Bhagavatam recounts Krishna's most intimate activities. After recounting the Vedas and the Puranas, Vedavyas felt unsatisfied. But as soon as Srimad Bhagavatam manifested on his tongue, his mind was immediately satisfied. Chaitanya Bhagavatam. That is why our Gurudev said in Kali Yuga, our lifespan is already short. And also, we don't know when we will die. So directly you go to Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the Mahaprabhu's saying. He said, Sadhu Sangha Nama Kirtan Bhagavat Shravan. You read Bhagavatam, you hear Bhagavatam. From Bhagavad devotee, no need any other scripture. You will get everything. When Vakreshvar came to live at Puri, he would accompany Mahaprabhu, Advaita Acharya and other devotees to Tota Gopinath to hear Gadadhar Pandit give discourses on Srimad Bhagavatam. One should hear the book Bhagavatam from the devotee Bhagavatam. Gopal Guru Goswami, whose previous name was Makaradvaja Pandit, was Vakreshvar Pandit's disciple. In his childhood, Gopal Guru personally served Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is said that he also displayed extraordinary powers. When Abhiram Thakur came to pay him obeisances, Mahaprabhu took Gopal on his lap to protect him. Abhiram Thakur, he had such power and such service. If there was any statue, means not Krishna, used by some cheaters to collect donations and articles and all this, they have no faith in Krishna, and Krishna is not there. But they're cheating other people. So Abhiram Thakur had such power. If he saw any deity, then he will bow down. If it was not actually Krishna there, that deity would be reduced to powder to expose cheating. This was one. Another was, there were some who thought, if I will put tilak, if I will put tulsi mala on my neck, and I will wear simple cloth, and also I will hold japa mala in my hand, then people will think I am a Vaishnava. They will automatically want to serve me. They will give food, cloth, everything, money they will give. So they're having all this science of Vaishnava to cheat people, to exploit them. So if Abhiram Thakur gave Dandavat, because Vaishnava, so you have to give Dandavat. So he gave Dandavat, that cheater, he will die. He had such power. Means not everything is gold what shines. So there is so much cheating going on in this world, in all fields, everywhere. So he showed this, that if he's a cheater, this will happen. So Gopal Guru, Abhiram Thakur wanted to give Dandavat to him, and Mahaprabhu took him in lap. Then he survived. But he also, there's some others, I forgot now, those who are real devotees, that is okay. Only cheater will be punished for their own good. It's not out of malice, but to show them that this cheating is not good. You should sincerely serve Krishna. Why Mahaprabhu gave Gopal the name Guru? Here. Mahaprabhu gave Gopal the name Guru because he instructed people to chant Krishna's names in all circumstances, whether pure or impure. There was one devotee, constantly he was chanting Harinam. But when he went to toilet to evacuate, because he was so habituated to always chant Harinam, he had to hold his tongue to not chant at that time. He thought this impure time, it is not good. So he had to hold. But when to forcefully stop the tongue to chant. But Gopal saw and he said, why you are not chanting? At all times you should chant, it is possible. Not with Japamala, but like this loudly. Then when Mahaprabhu heard, he said, yes, you are right, it is scriptural evidence is there for this. So, because he instructed according to scriptures properly for devotion, then he is Guru. That is why Gopal Guru. He was disciple of Vakreshvar Pandit. There was another one. One person was very busy, but while evacuating, he was chanting Ram name. But another one person rebuked him and kicked him. How you can disrespect like this? But later Ramchandra showed that actually he got hurt. He showed to that person that you kicked me. That devotee was chanting my name. I was there. You kicked him and I had to take. Means Ramchandra also approved that that is possible. Means at all time we should chant Harinam. But it is not possible to do yoga practice and karma practice and all this if you are impure. But this chanting you can do. So we cannot have any excuse that I am unable to do. At any time, any place, any circumstance, everything you can chant. So merciful. Before leaving his body, Gopal Guru turned over the service of his Radha Kanta Diti to his disciple Dhyana Chandra Goswami. After his disappearance, when Gopal Guru's body was taken to the Swarga Dwar to be cremated, some representatives of the king came and closed the Radha Kanta mat. Dhyana Chandra was so distressed that he began to cry aloud. Gopal Guru arose from the funeral pyre, returned to Radha Kanta's temple and resolved the problem before going back to the crematorium. So you see, they are not ordinary conditioned souls. We are forced by our karma to give up body and take another one like this. We cannot do this, but they are not conditioned souls. They appear and they disappear. That is lila of their disappearance. And because here it was the necessity, and also to show to the world that Vaishnavas are not dying and they are not ordinary, this lila was made. Because Dhyana Chandra was sincere, but he had no legal documents. Gopal Guru said, you will take care of this temple, I am giving to you. You will be next Acharya. So Dhyana Chandra was sincere, but the government wanted to take that possession. So government does not always do good. Government also commits mistake. We heard few days back, government, they denied the king to do service of Jagannath during Ratha Yatra. So what Jagannath did, he did not come out from the temple. And no one could understand why. They tried but could not move him, because Jagannath is not wood. He is Supreme Lord, omnipotent. Then when there was too much disturbance, then they prayed to Jagannath. Then Jagannath said, they denied my servant, king. When he will do service, then I will come. So then Jagannath came. So government not always doing good. So we have to accept what is favorable for devotion. That we can accept. But if something unfavorable for devotion, then we should not accept. So then, no legal documents, but Gopal Guru again became alive and came there and wrote down legally, yes, I'm giving to him. It is his property now. You should not disturb. In India, you can make property, you can sign assign property to a deity, like this. Jagannath in Chagda, this in this land belongs to him, legally. You can. There are some trustees, those who can manage, but actual owner is deity. Or in Mayapur also, one Shiva is deity, is a owner. Some trust is there. So no one can take any legal action against, because it is legal like this. So here also he made this. No, it belongs to him. Everything belongs to Krishna, but for worldly these things, this is also necessary. But otherwise everything belongs to Krishna, nothing is ours. Gopal Guru arose from the funeral pyre, returned to Radhakanta's temple and resolved the problem before going back to the crematorium. Even after that, however, Gopal Guru appeared in Vrindavan, where devotees were amazed to witness him engaged in his devotions. This is in Gopal Guru's biography. Some his followers, they were in Vrindavan doing parikrama and they saw him there, Gurudev, and chanting. Then they said, oh, you are here? Yes. No, you come back there to Puri with us. Said, no, but you can make one deity of me and you worship that. I am that same deity. So they did. So this is not ordinary things. A deity of Gopal Guru is still worshipped at Radhakantama. That deity is ordered by Gopal Guru. Like Ramanuja Acharya, he also made his own deity before this appearance. In South India you will find, in Ranganath. That deity is Ramanuja himself. I heard Srila Sai Maharaj also, he installed his own deity. Because who else? He was Guru. So so he made his own deity. That is also possible. Not out of pride, but because circumstances is such that he had to make his own deity. Many people in Orissa are initiated in Vakreshvar Pandit's line and consider themselves to be Gauriya Vaishnavas. Gauriya Vaishnava means follower of Mahaprabhu. Does not mean Gauriya Mat devotees. During Ratha Yatra at Puri, Vakreshvar was the chief dancer in the fourth Kirtan Sampradaya, whose lead singer was Govinda Ghosh. He is sometimes described as a branch of Chaitanya or alternatively as a branch of Gadadhar Pandit. Vakreshvar disappearance day is the 6th day of the waxing moon, Shukla Shashti, in the month of Ashar. That will come soon, I think, if this is. Yes, 5th day waning moon, and it will come soon again, disappearance. Today is his appearance day. I am going down to him and praying for his causeless mercy, for the service of his lotus feet and the lotus feet of his object of worship, Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So we are hearing Gita, 9th chapter. We heard that they will do pious activities and then they will rise up to heavenly planets. But when there will be expiry of their pious activities, again they will have to fall down to this world. It is also similar with those atonement, purification. Someone did many sins, so he will have to suffer. But there is some procedure given in scripture, karma kanda. If you do this and these activities, rituals and all this, then you can be rescued from the reactions of those sins. It is possible. It is in Bhagavatam, mentioned in the case of Ajamil. So, no, the 5th canto, Shukadev Goswami explains different kinds of hells where those jivas who did certain sins will enter there to suffer the results. Then Parikshit Maharaj asked, is it possible to be rescued from the results of some actions which you already made before? Said, yes, Shukadev, but you have to do before you die. Then he said there are these activities, atonements. But then Parikshit Maharaj said, yeah, I saw they are doing this, but after that they will again commit same sin. So I think it is like a bathing of an elephant. He will take bath, but coming out again he will put mud on himself. So I think this is useless. Then Shukadeva Goswami said, yes, this is true, but it is for certain level of people because they cannot understand more than that. So they are doing this. And then there is Jnana Prayaschita. You do Brahmacharya, Tapasya, Swadhyaya, all this you do. Then that will totally destroy, like bamboo forest will burn everything to the ground. This tendency also will be removed. But Parikshit Maharaj said, yes, but bamboo, if it is burned down, then when next rain will come, then again the bamboo will grow. Shukadeva said, yes, it is true. Because the root cause of that tendency is not removed. That is aversion to Krishna. So again, they will desire that and they will do sins. So that cannot remove ignorance fully. Only by submitting to Krishna under the guidance of pure devotee and accepting his eternal service, one can be actually fully free from all sinful reactions and also sinful tendencies for all time. Only that is possible. And Gurudev said that karma kant, these atonements, they are very heavy. You have to do this and so many things, very difficult. And Gyan also very difficult. But people, they are doing because there you need not to give up your ego. You can still have your ego, pride and everything. So it is not difficult for them. But difficult is this bhakti atonement. Because here you have to submit. You have to give up your pride, false ego. But if you can do, then actually you can be released from all sinful reactions and tendencies and no chance of reappearing. Because you will be engaged in proper activity and getting higher taste, higher knowledge, everything. So there is no chance of that. So here also we see they will do this to go to heaven, but they will fall down. The next verse, Ananyas chintayanto mam jejana parjupasate. No, not. Ananyas chintayanto mam jejana parjupasate joke. That verse. I did not open that Gita. Ananyas chintayanto mam. Ananyas chintayanto mam jejana parjupasate. No, I will have to open because only this verse is here. There are two verses who are similar. Ananyas chintayanto mam jejana parjupase tesham no. Ananyas chintayanto mam 1 second. Yes, it was right. Because two are similar. So, 1 second. Ananyas chintayanto mam je jana parjupasate tesham nitya bijuktanam yoga khema bhamyaham. Yes, this last line. But there is another verse, Ananyas chinta, that buddhi yogam tam. So this verse in 9th chapter, Ananyas chintayanto mam je jana parjupasate tesham nitya bijuktanam yoga khema bhamyaham. Only translation I will read. Tomorrow we'll hear explanation. I supply the daily necessities, taking all possible care for the upkeep of those persons who are steadfastly attached to me and who worship me with single-minded devotion, meditating constantly on my lotus feet. So, like Vakreshvar Pandit, the pure devotee, or if someone takes absolute shelter to Supreme Lord, of Supreme Lord, and always serves him one-pointedly, then Krishna personally will take care of such devotees' all needs. Devotional and this physical, all needs, Krishna personally will provide for such a devotee. It doesn't matter what is going on in the world. Surrendered devotee will be taken care of personally by Krishna, irregardless of whatever, because Krishna is giving. But it is not so easy to become a surrendered soul, one-pointedly to Krishna and only accepting he is the only maintainer. It is not so easy. There was one person, he said, I don't believe in this verse. Then Parangurudev made him understand, it is a fact, but you are not meeting the conditions to see the effect. That is the problem, not the verse. It is true, but you really have to take absolute shelter of Supreme Lord and serve him. Then he will take care of you. Tomorrow we will hear this verse explanation.